When our family gathered last night, we shared many stories about Grandma Laverne, many more than we have time for here today. But there was one theme that was consistent, story to story, generation to generation, and that was that Grandma Laverne had a zest for life that was just unparalleled. She celebrated to the fullest. She had an energy that just exuded and brought into the room life to everyone. Her youthful spirit really defined her and who she was. And it was this exuberance, this excitement, that made her a unique mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. Each of us grandchildren were very lucky to have her as a grandmother. She never missed an event, no matter what it was. Sporting, recitals, plays, rehearsals, birthday parties, choir concerts, the list could go on and on. But she was always there, always cheering us on, cheering the loudest, and just having a ball. We were also each very lucky to have a special trip with Grandma for our bar mitzvah. And we were each blessed with special memories from those trips. Some of the stories illustrate how young at heart she really was. Grandma and I went to Hawaii together. We had a very nice and relaxing trip. But at the end of the day, Grandma wanted to go out and have some fun, usually going to the bar to meet people or dance. At 13, it wasn't exactly what I wanted to do, so we often parted ways, and Grandma would go out, and I would go back to the room. One night towards the end of the trip, we were in Kauai, and I had gone back to the room, and Grandma came back and told me about this wonderful man she had met. She said, he's so handsome, he's from Arizona, he's tall, he's tan, he has a great sense of humor, and tomorrow he's going to teach us how to surf. Oh, and by the way, he's 18. Sure enough, the next morning we went down and we met this gentleman named Chris, and we all became fast friends. And while we never got a chance to surf because of the weather, Chris and I actually stayed in touch for many, many years by letter, probably through high school. And with each letter, he always asked, how's your wonderful, fun, beautiful grandmother? And I was always proud to report, don't worry, she's still outlasting me when the night comes. My siblings and cousins have similar stories about their trips. Tori remembers that on her trip to Cancun with Grandma, every night Grandma would go down to the hotel bar and dance to the band. It didn't matter what they were playing or who else was dancing. She was often out there dazzling everyone with her moves just by herself. And Britt and Matt recall their trip to Israel. Grandma had no trouble keeping up with everyone, no matter how old. She climbed Masada with them, went on a wild Jeep trip, and planted a tree. And that's because we all know she really preferred to be with the younger folk. Logan and Daniel recall a similar story, how she hiked up a mountain in Juneau with them in Alaska, and Ash, Zach, and Jake and Joe had similar sentiments about their trips. But the thing about Grandma was that she was special just in everyday life. It didn't matter if it was just breaking into show tunes at dinner and making life a little bit more like a musical, as Brittany put it, or playing cards at her house during a slumber party, or maybe driving the golf cart at the club, even though we were way too young to be allowed to do it. Or as we got older, just a night out on the town having drinks with Grandma and hanging out. It was always guaranteed fun and always a really, really special time. And that's because Laverne didn't just live life to the fullest. She lived it according to her own rules. She didn't care if anybody looked at her funny. She didn't care if anyone disagreed with her. She was going to live the way she wanted to and have her life. If she wanted to dance, she was going to dance, and you couldn't stop her. It was this quality, this zest for life, this zeal, individualism, youthfulness, whatever it is you want to call it. It's what prompted so many well wishes in the last few months and last few weeks from all of you to say that Grandma Laverne inspired you. She inspired people not just to be alive, but to live. And that's what we all love about her so much. It was also this quality that enabled Grandma Laverne to live a life with no regrets whatsoever, at least over the ones that she can control. In the last few weeks, Grandma did share that she had one regret in life, but it was something she couldn't control. It was that her beloved husband, Leon, had left her too soon, and she didn't get to spend enough time with him. He was her soulmate and one true love. I think Jake said it best last night when he said that even though us as her grandchildren either weren't born or were too young to remember Grandpa Leon, We know because Grandma's love was so strong and so evident for him, and it just was a whole part of her being, we don't feel like we missed that. We feel like we are a witness to that relationship that they had together and to that love. And it's that passion, that love for the people in her life that she passed on to my father Kenny and my Uncle Marty and my Uncle Sandy. They're each tremendous and kind-hearted individuals who cherish their families, give back to the community, and are always there when you need them. Growing up, the home Laverne and Leon created for them was open and generous, just like their hearts, understanding and welcome, whether you were just a neighborhood kid at a sleepover, or a college kid on spring break, or maybe even someone who was truant and just looking for a place to hang out and have a good meal. This is Laverne's legacy. It will live on in all of us, in her children, in their spouses, in her grandchildren, and in her great-grandchildren, and we hope to always make her proud. So today, as our hearts begin to heal and we come to terms, at least starting to come to terms with the loss we have suffered, I offer to you, Laverne's family and friends, something I think she would have wanted you to have. Life Lessons by Laverne. Be spontaneous. Live your life as if no one is watching you. Treat your loved ones with kindness and respect. Be there for what really matters in life and not what society deems important. Never miss a good party. Laugh a lot. Make your own rules and break your own rules. Dance when you have the chance, and dance even if there's no music. And to Grandma Laverne, I can't think of a more appropriate way to send you off than with a toast, and I'm sorry, it's just a plastic glass with water, but thank you for being there for each of us. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, even though you probably didn't realize that you were. May your new home and your new beginning be just as full of love and inspiration as your life here with us. May your reunion with Grandpa Leon be extraordinary and earth-shattering. Wherever you are, may it always be happy hour, and may that dance floor always be open. We'll miss you and love you.